Okay, now then listen. So obviously the new One Piece chapter came out and I've done my research about all the Gorosei. So this is going to be a series where I go through the Gorosei and say like what I think their powers are going to be based off all the lore and clues that Oda has given us in this recent chapter. Okay, so first of all, I'm starting off with Shepherd Jupiter, which is obviously a pun on Jupiter. And I've come to the conclusion that his devil fruit is a mythical eagle fruit. And this is because of in history, there's a bunch of different lore linking like Jupiter and Zeus to like eagles and different types of birds, but mostly eagles. So I'm going with a mythical eagle fruit when it comes to this. Now then, it can either be Aitos Dios, who was the eagle of Zeus, and it was a giant golden bird who was born. Who was an earthborn companion of Zeus. However, Hera turned Aitos into an eagle, fearing Zeus loved him. This can link to One Piece as I've always assumed that Emu was a woman personally. I've seen theories about it. I'm not going to get into it now. So in this, Emu could be like Hera, who turned Shepherd or Jupiter into, which is Atos in this situation, into an eagle. I don't know. I don't really have a reason for why this may happen. This could be a stretch, but this is what I think so far. Okay, next up is Aquila, and Aquila was a bird that was a symbol of Zeus. Aquila was known to carry thunderbolts and was sent to bring the youth Ganymede to Olympus to serve as the cupbearer of the gods. Ganymede had been tending sheep, and this was before his privileged status had been revealed. This story links to the shepherd part of Shepherd Jupiter's name because for one, Aquila carries Zeus's thunderbolts, and thunder and lightning has been known to be a provider of nitrogen, which is useful for growing crops like grass and other things. And also, Ganymede was tending sheep, which it could be linked to, the shepherd part of his name. And finally, there's Periphas, who was the legendary king of Attica and was a dutiful priest of Apollo. But then Zeus became angry at Periphas because people revered him as if he was Zeus himself. And so Zeus wanted to destroy him, but Apollo interfered with this, and instead Zeus decided to turn Periphas into an eagle, making him the king of all birds and the guard of his sacred scepter. Now then with this, I believe that Jupiter's devil fruit is either one of the three of these, or it's a mix of all of them combined together. Also, there are other things that link Zeus to eagles. For one, Zeus's primary sacred animal is the eagle, which holds precedence over all birds in taking spices. I can't pronounce the word. I'll put it on the screen. And this is interpreting omens from birds' behaviors. Also, the two emblems that represent Zeus combine to form an eagle holding a thunderbolt in its claw. So that links to thunder again, which obviously will come up a lot if it's to do with Zeus, the god of lightning and the sky. Also, in the manga chapter, Shepherd Jupiter was known as the agricultural warrior god, and it just happens to be that there is a Roman agricultural deity called Jupiter Tellus, who was one of the 12 gods that was vital in agriculture. Okay, another name for Tellus was also Tellus Mater or Terra Mater, which means Mother Earth, which is the personification of Earth, and her male counterpart was the sky god Uranus, or a form of Jupiter, and obviously Uranus is one of the ancients' weapons, so I'm not sure what that would mean in the future, but I'm sure it's something significant. Also, when it comes to the warrior part of his title, Zeus or Jupiter was also the symbol of the Roman army, so obviously army, you're going to be fighting wars, warriors are there, and yeah. Okay, so with all of this information coming together, I've come to the conclusion that Shepherd Jupiter was a legendary king whose people specialized in agriculture and herding sheep, and his people often said he was a king as great as Emu, and Emu didn't like this and found it offensive that someone would compare someone as lowly as that in his eyes to him, and so he was going to destroy him, but instead he decided to use him to his own benefit and made him join the 20 kingdoms and then turned him into a giant gold eagle that holds thunderbolts in its hands to serve him in the future.